What to do after your I-130 petition is approved. That's what we're going to talk about in this video.
USA MONDE.
Hello and welcome. My name is John. After your I-130 petition is approved, there are several steps you have to take to move forward to obtain your immigrant visa or adjust your status. In this video, I will break down those steps for you. The first step is to understand the approval notice. So after your I-130 petition is approved, the USCIS, which is U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, will send you an approval notice known as I-797. So this document is just to confirm that your I-130 petition is approved. Okay, and then you will have instruction about what you do next, and also it will contain your case number you will use to track the status of your case. There are a few things you need to understand once you receive your I-797. That document itself doesn't guarantee that you will get a visa or you will get a green card. Okay, another thing you have to know is to keep that I-797 in a safe place, because you might need the information on that form to move forward with your case, okay, your immigrant visa process or green card adjustment process. Once your I-130 petition is approved, the next steps will depend on the visa preference category you fall into. So the visa preference category is determined by the relationship between you, the beneficiary, and the petitioner. There are two categories you have to keep in mind. The first one is immediate relative. So immediate relatives are spouse of a U.S. citizen, children under the age of a U.S. citizen, parent of a U.S. citizen. There is no time wait in that category. Therefore, their process is faster than the other category. The second category is the family preference categories. So those applicants are spouse of a green card holder, children of a green card holder, brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens, okay, and also adult children of U.S. citizens. Visas in these categories are subject to numerical limits. Basically, there are limits to a visa available in that category every year. So reason why the wait time is longer compared to applicants who are immediate relative. Another thing you have to know about visa preference category is that their priority has to become current before they can move forward with their process. Okay, priority date is basically the date the petition was filed. Okay, it has to be current. If it's not current, they won't move forward with their application. So reason why they have to check the visa bulletin board that the Department of State publish every month to see if their priority date becomes current. Now that you understand the visa preference categories, let's talk about consular processing and adjustment of status. So if the beneficiary lives overseas, that beneficiary will go the consular processing route. Once the case is approved by USCIS will send that case to NVC, National Visa Sender. And once the case reaches NVC, National Visa Sender, NVC will create a visa case, will send a welcome letter. In that welcome letter, the beneficiary will find the case number and invoice ID, which they will use. When I say they, I mean the petitioner and the beneficiary. They will use to log into NVC system, to pay fees, to submit documents. There are documents the beneficiary will submit like DS-260, which is immigrant visa form, civil document like a birth certificate, a marriage certificate, and the petitioner also will submit some document like affidavit of support document, and or it's supporting document like a financial document. As far as fees, you will pay an immigrant visa fee and also affidavit of support fee. So after you submit the document, you pay the fees. NVC will review everything. Once everything is complete, they will let you know that the case is document will qualify. Therefore, you have to wait until they schedule an interview appointment at the U.S. consulate or embassy in the beneficiary home country. Once the interview is scheduled, the beneficiary will go to the interview. I made a video the other day talk about, what a interview or the consular officer knows about your, application before you go to the interview, what they do before the interview, what they do during the interview, and also after the interview. You can go and watch that video to understand the process on how the interview process works. Before the beneficiary go to the interview, they will go through a medical examination as well. Once they finish the medical examination, they will receive on the result, either in the sealed envelope, or the clinic that conduct the medical examination will send the result to the U.S. consulate or the embassy directly before the beneficiary go to the interview. And during the interview, the consular officer, would ask questions based on the information provided on the document or any form that was submitted. They will ask questions about the relationship between the petitioner and the beneficiary. So after the visa is approved, the beneficiary will receive a document, kind of like a slip, with instruction regarding what you do next. One of those things they need to do is to pay the immigrant fee, which is the fee the USCIS used to produce the green card. It's better for the beneficiary to pay that fee before they enter United States of America. Before, the consular officer used to give a sealed envelope to the beneficiary, which they have to show the CBP officers at the port of entry of the United States of America. But now they don't give those on sealed envelope anymore because all the information in the system, and the CBP officers can pull those information from the system to know who the beneficiary is, anything they need to know about that specific beneficiary who's going to enter United States of America. Now let's talk about adjustment of status. So if the beneficiary lives here in United States of America already, so after the case is approved, that beneficiary will adjust his or her status to become a permanent resident. So what the beneficiary will do is to file an I-485, which is a green card application form. Along with that form, they will submit affidavit of support document on I-64. The beneficiary will also add I-693, which is a medical examination form. So after USCIS receive the I-485 package, they will schedule a biometric appointment for the beneficiary. So the beneficiary will go over there to provide his or her fingerprint, photograph, and also a signature for background checks. So after the biometric appointment, the beneficiary will receive an interview appointment letter. So the beneficiary, most of the time the beneficiary and the petitioner will go to the interview, and the officer will ask questions about the beneficiary eligibility and also his or her relationship with the petitioner. So after the interview, if everything goes well, the beneficiary will receive the green card in the mail. But in case additional document is needed, USCIS will send a what they call RFE, which is a request for evidence, and that can delay the process. The next step is to enter United States of America. So the beneficiary who lives overseas will enter United States of America with the visa they obtain at the U.S. consulate. To enter United States of America, make sure you have a valid passport. I think the recommendation is 6 months beyond the date you enter United States of America. One thing you have to keep in mind is that having a visa doesn't guarantee that you will enter United States of America. The CBP officer will still make a decision whether or not you are eligible to enter United States of America based on the information they have in the system. And like I mentioned a few minutes ago, you don't have to worry about the seal envelope they used to give to the visa holder, because the CBP officers can retrieve those information from their system. But in general, it's not complicated. If everything is correct, you don't have to worry about that. They will let you enter United States of America without a problem. Step 6 is to understand the conditional permanent residence. If the beneficiary is a spouse of a U.S. citizen or green card holder, and their marriage is less than 2 years, Once you enter United States of America, you will receive a conditional permanent residence. It means that your green card is only valid for 2 years, but don't worry about that. Okay, you will renew that, but how you do that? The beneficiary and the petitioner will file I-751, which is petition to remove conditions on residence and then apply for 10 years on green card. In order to get that 10 years green card, the couple, the beneficiary and the petitioner, will show evidence of marriage like joint bank account, they paying bills together, they have a lease agreement together. Also photos, because those documents are needed to file the I-751. Step number 7 is basically, some delays you need to be aware of. Even though, it seems like those steps are straightforward, there are some delays. There will be some delays. I made a video the other day talk about different reasons why there are delays in your process. You can check it out. Even though there can be delays, there are ways to minimize those delays. One of them is to double check your document in the form that you fill out. Make sure you fill out the form correctly and you submit the required document. Another thing is to respond promptly to any request coming from USCIS or NVC. Once you receive your RFE, which is a request for evidence, make sure you submit that document as soon as possible to minimize the delay. And another thing I'm going to talk about also is to be informed about any change in the immigration policy, like U.S. immigration policies, that will help you understand why there is a delays or what you need to do to avoid those delays. The 8 steps is to understand your responsibility as a green card holder. So become a green card holder, it's not just a status that you have, but there are some responsibilities that goes with it. The first one is to comply with the U.S. law. It's very important to comply with those laws, because if you don't comply, that can jeopardize your permanent residency status here in the United States of America. The second one is to file U.S. taxes. You must report your income and also pay tax on those income every year to IRS, which is Internal Revenue Service. Another thing is to maintain your permanent residence. Okay, if you're going to travel outside United States of America for more than 6 months, be aware that that can impact your permanent residency. If you're planning to travel outside United States of America for extended period, make sure you apply for a re-entry permit, especially if it's going to be more than a year. With that re-entry permit, you can come back to United States of America without any problem. Another thing is if you're planning to apply for U.S. citizenship, avoid to travel outside United States of America more than 6 months at a time. That way you can be eligible to apply for your citizenship on time. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in another video.